I'm John Hinkle, the senior pastor of First Presbyterian Church here in downtown Murfreesboro, located at the corner of College and Spring. It's Saturday, and thus this is your Saturday morning preview of Sunday morning sermon. It's also Cooking to Build, Habitat for Humanity's biggest fundraiser of the year. You're not going to want to miss it. First Presbyterian Church is being represented by Hadani Calm and his famous chili. Daniela is warming it up right now. Hadani, Janet, and Chet Logan are setting up the tent. Once I get done here, I'm going to head down there and help. We hope you can make it. It is from 11 to 1. We need you to come out, eat some chili, and vote for the flaming kilts. I've got my kilt on. I don't know if you can see it. Let's back up a little bit. Let's show you. See, I got my kilt on, and we're really looking forward to this event. But the reason you're watching this video is because you want to know what Sunday sermon is going to be about. So we are finishing up the 6th point of Barman and finishing up our study on the theological decoration of Barman. And at the same time, it's All Saints Sunday, where we remember not only the saints who've gone before us, but especially our church members who departed this earth this past year. And we're looking at Paul's second letter to Timothy, where he writes to Timothy, and this is my paraphrase, but it's pretty spot on, that if we die with Christ, we will live with him. If we suffer with Christ, we will reign with him. However, if we walk away from Christ, it will be hard to find him. But even in our faithlessness, Christ remains faithful, because that's who he is. The 6th point of Barman really does one last paradigm shift, moving us away from any conversation about church and state, the state's relationship with the church, or the church's relationship with the state, and reminds us, the church, that our true focus needs to be on the church and what the church does. And according to Barman, what the church does is we worship. We worship. That if we really want to connect with God's will for our lives, that happens not in isolation, not in a vacuum, not in front of a TV. It happens within the church structure itself, when we gather together for worship as the body of Christ. And this is even more meaningful when you think about those moments when we lose friends, when people in our lives, in the life of the church, pass away. And when we gather together for worship in the act of a funeral, giving thanks not only for the resurrection, but for the resurrection to come, we actually not only draw closer to one another, but we draw closer to God. Outside of that, we are lost, according to Barman. Anything else besides that, we have lost our focus, according to Barman. So I look forward to this All Saints Sunday. It's going to be a big Sunday. Communion is going to be served. The word is going to be proclaimed. New members are joining the church. Great things are happening here at First Presbyterian Church. So once again, shout out to Glenn Emery. Shout out to Will Fraley. And of course, our new super fan, Hayden Still. I hope you enjoyed this, Hayden. We'll talk to you later.